Hello everybody, welcome back. So here we are. Oh my god, we've lost the support and we've come down from the support to this sort of random low 3.12%. Oh my god. It's pretty terrible for Bitcoin. 3%. Yeah, obviously altcoins come down further. Now, Ethereum is at major support at this point now. 3,500 exactly. So this is the trend line that it was in. This huge, from the previous all-time high of the last bull market, this previous all-time high descending trend line, part of a 50-50 formation being the symmetrical triangle. It's also come down to, well, just sort of slap the 200 exponential in the face, and the 200 simple is ever so slightly below it. We've got the bull div here. This is also bull div to here to here. We also recognise that the weekly is still above the 50 as well, which is 3,350. There's not really any sort of major turning point for the weekly, other than coming down to this major trend line. So, I'm not really into crypto longs recently. It's not really for me, but waking up and seeing this, I feel like this is a situation I'd like to take advantage of. Like, I've held off from longs since basically this thing, this just mega week. Crypto is, it's fine, but, it's just too hard to get a position. And it might be the case now, this might be too hard to get a position too. But if we are to get a position on this, I think there is a chance that we do reverse back up to the previous local and maybe all-time high. But even if we don't get any of that, I think a move back up to 4,000 is relatively likely from here. Remember, it's all about risk to reward. It's counterintuitive, isn't it? The markets are always counterintuitive. It goes down, it goes down, it goes down. All that we can see at this point now is that it's going to go down. But look, if it does keep going down, that's fine. You get stopped out. Put a position in with the stop loss around 3,300. Again, it doesn't have to be a 100 million X. But this is my take on it. So that's your Ethereum at support. Bitcoin not quite at a support on any sort of moving average on the shorter term timeframes. But we do remember, don't we? We do remember what I've been saying. The 50 simple is at 103,000. 50 exponential is basically 101,000. And then your monthly 10 exponential is around 103,000 also. So a little lower. That's fine. It can do that. It's not a big deal. We can see that. We can handle that. Stocks, being stocks, have moved up a little bit yesterday, closed up a little bit, and then sort of dripped down. Actually, it didn't close up a little bit. What am I talking about? But yeah, we're sort of dribbling down towards, again, another bullish golden cross retest, which is down here 6,721. So really, let's just measure that out just for a laugh. That is another 1% down. So do not be surprised to see if it comes down a little bit further. Oils took a bit of a plunge as well, but it's not too much of a big deal. And the total market cap is obviously coming down as well. So it's one of those things, isn't it? What is it that you're looking to do in this market? The market has been a decent bull market, I think. It's definitely not been, we've not had the 100x Matics. We've not had whopping indiscriminate alt seasons, have we? But generally, structurally, it's been all right. It's been all right, and I'm not really sure if it's actually ended yet, because you'll only really know it in hindsight. Do you know what I mean? I know that's frustrating. We can all assume that the bubble has popped, and not saying anything about it, but. This did mark off particularly for us the September scenario. We always thought that there was a chance that it would end around September based on the fractal that we had on the total too, and maybe that's ended up being correct. I mean, let's face it, the last green monthly candle we had was September, but that doesn't mean that is the absolute super peak. We got another rate hike coming up. We've got quantitative tightening finishing. Here's me just sort of like throwing out a few little things that might be bullish, or it might not. But then on the flip side, we've got apparently the OpenAI $1 trillion valuation coming out into the markets at some point soon. I'm not entirely sure when. Yeah, could easily mark a peak in the market. We've got a general global instability, but that's never normally bothered the markets too much. And I probably think it has been worse than this. So, you're looking at fundamentals or technicals. You're looking at the technicals right now, and technicals suggest higher highs, higher lows. Coming down to a higher low is an opportunity for support. If we break these areas, especially 1.17 trillion on total 2, then yeah, probably at that point it's probably is over, and it's time to take some chips off the old table. Right, we'll finally look at the dominance chart. So the dominance chart has now reached the top of this box. So this is another reason why I think there might be a rise coming for at least Ethereum, and maybe altcoins as a bunch. So we've hit the top of the box. The box is resistance. We saw that over here, even in the super mega dump. Yeah, we got the support down here on the golden cross, which is expected. And this is what we were saying on the stream on Sunday, saying that there's a good chance that we continue to go up to this area. There's also other areas on the high term time frame charts where you'd be looking for resistance. The 200 exponential possible resistance, gone through it. Now we're at the top of the box. A little bit higher in the box, 61%, and then maybe the top of the box at best. But not really sure if that's appropriate. So I'm looking at, a bit of a breakout so far on the 21 and the 20. Top of the box being resistance. And the final thing we'll look at, and again, I'm only really looking to go long on Ethereum, but you could assume, rightly or wrongly, that Ethereum, if it were to outperform or move up, it would benefit a lot of the other altcoins. So we're going to have a look at this. It's a little messy, but still hanging around. And again, it's a weekly, and we are Tuesday, so a long way before this closes. At around that support, the 20 weekly, the 21 exponential, and then the 200 exponential down here at 3314. This is all part of Golden Cross. V-shaped recoveries take place from here relatively often. More often than not, to be honest with you, no signs of life or divergence on the 4 hourly. So there is some evidence for sort of bouncy bounce and sort of maybe even just a dead cat, but could also materialize into a new local or even all-time high for Ethereum. Sounds stupid, doesn't it? It does sound stupid, but again, I'm going to take the position. I'm going to make some Marmite toast. I'm going to have a cup of tea, and I'm going to see if my positions hold. I've not taken the position yet. I've got to feed the kids first, and maybe take them to school, and then find an appropriate position for Ethereum. But again, tight stop loss, 3,300. If I get wicked out and then the bounce takes place and we see ourselves moving back above 3,300, 3,400, 3,500 again, I'll take another position with a stop loss exactly the same place, 3,300. Right, that is basically it. Nothing else really to say. I appreciate it does not look very happy in the markets right now, but red, if you're looking to go long or buy, that's the time. Well, can be the time to do it. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.